Hello everyone and welcome back to another City Skylines 2 video. We are back in Grand Haven County working on the city of Grand Haven. Now I know it's been a while since the last video and I've had a crazy couple of weeks that I've just had to kind of get through, but I am back and I am ready to keep going with this project and keep building out Grand Haven, which is exactly what we're going to be doing today. And if you couldn't tell by the title, we are going to be doing a complete overhaul of Grand Haven County, or specifically Grand Haven itself. And we are just going to be trying to fill in as much as we can and really get this town booming before we go on. And in the next episode, I'll give you a little spoiler. We're going to be starting up another new city because, like I said at the beginning of the series, I really want this county to be comprised of a lot of really small towns here and there, like spread around. And Grand Haven is actually going to be like the epicenter, or like the big kind of town that all of these smaller towns revolve around. And I kind of really wanted to make it the main focus, so I really wanted to make sure that I had this one built out before I kind of spread out and, you know, make a bunch of smaller towns, small, cozy, and kind of quaint towns, and, you know, kind of explore with the options that we have. And, you know, we could build some towns that are based off of like different packs or different region packs, like stuff like that. So I'm really excited to get going, and without further ado, let's get right into the building. So this area right here, right on the edge of the water and downtown Grand Haven, I have been wanting to develop for a very, very long time. Now originally my plan was to just continue on these suburbs that are located over here and kind of just bring them out, which I still want to kind of do, but I want to, you know, incorporate some different kind of utilities or different neighborhoods, stuff like that. So I'm really excited to finally fill this in and get this waterfront looking nice as well. I want to continue this path that we had going along the waterfront and really make this something that people, you know, can look forward to and like look out over the water at the bay, and like hopefully one day we'll have a city over here as well where they can look out to. So we'll just have to see how it all plays out. But for now, I am going to be filling in the rest of these blocks with some more residential housing here along the water, creating some sort of path along the waterfront, and making some potential beach accessible areas. We'll see once we kind of get there. And then, you know, kind of just making that transition into a little bit of higher density the closer that we get to downtown itself. So without further ado, let's get right on into it and build out this suburb. All right, so a little bit of work done, and we've got in this part of the suburbs filled out. I was kind of like struggling to figure out what I wanted it to really look like. So I went with some European housing, which I think looks really good and provides like a pretty good like transition of density. And I also wanted to make sure I added some of these like lower density commercial buildings to this main collector road as well, so that we get a better transition, because we do have a little bit of like high rises here, but we don't really like fully get into it until we get into like the downtown, which is nice. So I think that was a very well executed build on my end for having not really like a plan going into it. So I think like the next thing I really want to do is I want to tidy up this block really quick as well, and get some more buildings in here and make it look a little bit better, because it's still kind of not the best. So I'm just gonna add in a couple of residential buildings and try and like liven it up with some trees as well, and really just like get some more people in here too. So I'm just gonna do that really quick and place some of these in here, and then let's go ahead and put in some trees. I like how I'm kind of going for like the vibe of not having to worry about them being perfectly placed, because in a city, like nothing's ever super perfect or like well like measured out all the time. So here I'm really trying to go for like the natural like part of city building, and kind of having some like open spaces and like just kind of filling it up with trees and everything, and definitely providing some more greenery, which I think looks a lot better now, and it looks a lot more finished too, which is amazing. So yeah, this is what Grand Haven's starting to look like right now, which is so fun. Like, it's so crazy. It's a lot, and I'm so excited that we're getting to a good place and everything. And then I added this waterfront road as well. I think this could be like where the beach is, where people can come and like suntan and maybe swim if the water's pretty good, which I hope there wouldn't be like too much freight traffic. So I would hope that the water would be somewhat clean so that these people could swim there. So I think that's the next thing that I'm going to focus on doing, is kind of filling out this part. I kind of want to keep this like natural, maybe just put some more trees here, but I really like this hillside kind of separating the main part of like the city for this beach. So I think I'm gonna do that and just kind of put some paths or whatever and detail it up a little bit. But yeah, so that's the next thing that I'm gonna work on, so let's get right into it. All right, here is the pretty much finished product. I didn't really want to go too much with like heavy detailing or like even putting parking, because people can park in the alley. I kind of want to be this like little spot for people to, you know, kind of enjoy if they ever want to. Kind of more hidden almost, in effect. Like, I don't think this beach would even be super super popular, just because it's like it's so close to the port and like all of those industry buildings. So I think like just having a little something, you know, helps kind of just like add a little bit of, you know, recreational area to the city. And I definitely want to continue this pathway and have this kind of come up to here and just like have it end there. So I think that is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to take you along as far as like the process of like what I do. So the first thing I want to do is get my path set in place. So I'm going to turn on the topography, and we are going to just kind of start right here and follow along this little ridge right here. And then we are going to just make a small curve and then kind of like keep going along the edge of the water. So we're just gonna bring it out just a little bit and kind of just like have this weave in and out just like that, and kind of come up here because I know the elevation changes ever so slightly. So we'll have it curve up onto this area behind these houses, and then we will continue on and kind of just make sure that it doesn't interfere with the houses too much. So we're just gonna put it right back here, and hopefully this terrain will kind of cooperate a little bit too. Ooh, yeah, maybe we can actually, I mean, that would have been cool, but I'm okay with the terrain jutting out just a little bit. Like having like a bridge segment for the path would have been really cool, like over the water as well. I think that would have been awesome. But we are just going to keep it as it is and then kind of detail it up a little bit. Add some trees, make it look pretty nice. And then yeah, we had this parking lot here. I'm gonna add one more home. I'm just gonna steal the blueprint for this one and put it right there, and then separate it from the lighthouse with some trees again. I want to put more homes here later. Actually, I think this could be a really cool park as well, so I'm just gonna fill it up more with pathways and kind of like get some park design, some sort of like park design in here, kind of like this. And then just like, yeah, we'll just kind of like freeform it a little bit so that it looks a little more organic and stuff. But I think it'd be cool. And then have it connect right back up here like that. And then we can do like a path that goes in between these two rocks, which would be cool, like that. And then we'll have this path continue on over here as well, and then kind of just hook up to the road. There we go. Now we got a path, and then let's actually do one more connection right here up against this road as well. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now that we've got like a little bit of a path layout, I'm just gonna detail it up with some more trees and kind of just make this a really cool, like another recreational area, like I was saying earlier. Just another spot for people to come around and, you know, chill out with like a book, or like throw a frisbee or a ball, you know, hang out with their pets, go on a picnic even, like just a little area to chill and, you know, do stuff at. And, you know, because it's right on the water too, so you have the sounds of the water, which would be really nice and relaxing, of course. And all of that jazz. So yeah, I think this will be a really cool spot for people to come hang out. I definitely would do that. If I were living in this city, I think I'd hang out here. So that's just my own opinion. But yeah, so we've got like a little bit of a park area. Yeah, wow. So yeah, so that's like the whole like waterfront that has been underdeveloped this entire time, which is crazy. But now we officially like got it done, which is awesome. I'm super, super happy with it. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to actually add a little bit more trees over here. I'm going to do a line of these oaks just to have a little bit of a barrier. Let's do some more spacing. There we go. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. So then when you're like driving along this road too, you can like see out over the ocean, over this cliff. That's not what I meant. Out over this cliff and over at the ocean. It looked really, really cool. Yeah, it looks great. Wow, that's so fun. I love it. Yeah, and you can always like go down to the water here too if you really wanted to. There's some separation with the rocks that I put down to make sure that people like don't kind of cross over, I guess. But you know, it is what it is, so it's not too big of a deal. And then yeah, so I think like this area right here I could put a little something right here, maybe like an office building or a little commercial lot or something like that, but we'll figure that out later once we get there. But for now, the next thing that I want to work on is kind of filling out the rest of this grid, at least the inner downtown. And to start with that, I want to place down some more transportation, aka buses, because we need some buses in this city. Because yes, we have taxis, yes, we have trains, but we need some buses through here as well, so that the citizens can, you know, take the bus to wherever they need and not have to rely like all the way on like a taxi or even take the train, and just like have better, because like yeah, there's taxis everywhere, however they're not super reliable because it's, you know, you have to deal with traffic and all of that stuff. So having a bus and like having dedicated bus lanes would be really nice as well. But with that brings us to Busy Town. So we get $1 million and some more development points as well. Wow, so we are really advancing, huh? Like, it's crazy because I don't even think like Grand Haven's that big technically, but I guess it is. So now we have our bus depot, which is perfectly placed right here. I think this is a good spot because it's right on this arterial road, so they'll have great connection. So now what I want to do is I want to create some lines, some bus lines, and yeah, I want to start getting some buses in the city and see what we can do. So we can do like electric buses, and then we have the extra garage as well, which I don't think we will necessarily use just yet, especially the electric buses. I don't think that I need to, but we're just gonna start making a bus line instead. So we have these bus shelters, which is really cool. So I'm gonna be placing these along this road because this is one of the busier roads, and I want to make sure that people can, you know, get down and around without having to rely on a car or walking. So I'm gonna put some bus stops just every other block on the side of the street so that people can get on the bus and take it to where they need to go. So we're going to be placing these all along here, and I feel like this is going to be some sort of big loop situation. Yeah, like they could come all the way down here and then kind of go all the way back and take it. However, I don't know if that's the case. That's what I want to do just yet. So right now I'm just going to keep it where it's at, and then I'm just going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to just replicate these same bus stops just on the opposite side of the road so that we can get a bus line in both directions and provide all of that coverage that this road will need. So I'm gonna finish doing this really quick and get these last few bus stops in. And then of course it's gonna go over the bridge. Let's have a bus stop down here. A couple more right there. And then that's where we will end the route for now. And then we've got to start connecting all of them up. All right, now that we have our first bus line all set, I am going to just name this the bus line. Let's go with 10 for now, because I like using numbers, obviously. So we are going to have this be on our main avenue, and then I want to make sure that you can tell what these I kind of like the teal, so I think I'm gonna stay with that because you can kind of pick it out easily on the roads. And let's see if we are able to have our buses spring into action a little bit. So let's get the game rolling and see if our buses start rolling out. All right, we've got our first buses rolling out, which is amazing to see. I can't wait to finally have some more transportation in this city. It's going to be so nice, and also such a great addition for all of our Sims, and they are going to love it so much. I definitely want to continue expanding the bus lines. However, right now I feel like once we finish with like our downtown area and zoning everything, then I think we can go ahead and see where most of the density is going to lie, and then that'll also help us be able to kind of dictate where the bus lines are going to go as well. So we have the one, but I'm going to wait before I do any more until we finish zoning out the rest of the downtown, which I am going to get started on in just a little bit. And I think that's going to be the end of this episode. So after I finish this, I'll get back right with you guys and we'll kind of go over what is in the future for this city. So let's get right into it. So we have finished filling out these other 9 city blocks, and I'm saving this one to expand for the medical campus, possibly into this one as well, maybe some extra parking, so that's why I didn't fill those ones out. And then I'm going to be putting some homes in here potentially once I figure out the interchange off of the highway for this road, which I think I already have an idea of what I want to do, and it's based off of an interchange that I have like grown up driving in my hometown. So that'll be in the next video, but I think I'm going to start with that and build this interchange and finish building out up until the highway to get like the main downtown area kind of finished up into the highway, which would be so nice. And then the last part that we'd have to focus on after that is this neighborhood, and then going up into the hills, which I am so excited for. I cannot wait. I already have an idea of what I want to do for building in the hills. So I am very excited about that. And of course, we are going to be expanding our railway network. I did a little building off screen. I just extended the railway kind of going out this way so that it'll go along this side of the island and possibly service a city over here as well, and kind of just end over here, or maybe connect back up. We will have to see how all of that goes, but I am super excited to continue building that and expanding our rail network, and of course our bus network as well, and all of that good stuff. So lots of things to continue on doing. But yeah, so that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry if it's just like a bunch of time lapse. That's just kind of the things that I do a lot, and it's easy for me to kind of just focus on what I'm doing. But we definitely will be getting into some more intricate building in the future, and of course I'm going to be starting hopefully uploading pretty more consistently moving forward, as well as I'm finally getting out of a busy part of life. So I'm excited to keep making content for you guys and keep building this city, possibly taking on new projects as well, which I'm really excited about too. So make sure to stay tuned for all of that as well. So yeah, and if you guys really want to know when I upload new videos, make sure to hit that bell icon along with that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. And of course, any suggestions down below, just feel free to comment. I love hearing what you guys have to say. It's awesome. And yeah, I can't wait to, continue building. So please give this video a huge thumbs up if you guys liked it. And I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.